Yay.
Yay.
Hello there. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to another special Friday night edition of Battle of the Nerds. This is going to be one heck of a competition because tonight we have, once again, we're going to have two members of the nerd culture family going up against each other. Introducing first, coming to the ring at this time, he is the one and only Travis Troller. Travis, how are you tonight, good sir?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
Ow.
Wow, that's a lot of waving your hands at the camera and the audience. His competition tonight is one and only Gregory Lee. Greg, how are you doing tonight, good sir?
Hi.
He's so man of few words right now.
I know, you really are a man of few words, aren't you, Greg? Well, I'll say this.
Yes.
I'll say this. We got a very special treat for you tonight because we are going to be celebrating the legacy of this franchise that has been going on for many, many decades, whether they be in comic book form or other forms of media. And also, if you haven't heard the news, Norm Spencer, the voice of Cyclops on X-Men the Animated Series, passed away most recently. And we are going to celebrate his memory tonight by doing a little something called this. X-Men Universe Trivia is the topic tonight. We are going to do questions from all across the X-Men universe. That includes the comics, the animated series that have come before, and the movies, whether they've been the first trilogy, the other trilogy. There's so many X-Men and spin-off movies to name. It would take us all night to name them. So with that being said, gentlemen, do you have a paper and a pen handy, and are you guys ready to compete tonight?
I have a paper and a pen ready, but I am not ready. I am not ready to compete. Because X-Men is not something that I know super a lot about.
Oh.
But,
okay. Well,
you know.
It depends on the questions. It depends on
I'm confident that Travis doesn't know anything, so.
Yeah, well, your confidence is well placed.
Yes.
Well, either way, it's going to be a fun match. And for those of you watching, thank you so much for doing so. Feel free to like and share this video with your friends, your family, your coworkers, and also play along with us in the chat. And by the way, this goes to the competitors. Please do not look at the comments section during the stream. We do not want you to cheat. We don't want any cheaters here. We want this to be a fair game and everyone at home to play and have fun with us. So we hope you can do that. Otherwise, we are ready to get started. Gentlemen, your first question in the category of X-Men Universe Trivia goes something like this. Who created the X-Men? And we are looking for two names here. Who created the X-Men characters? Two people, and we're looking for both of these persons' names.
This is going to be difficult. Don't work. This is going to be difficult.
For those of you who are wondering, just to repeat the question for everybody watching at home, the question is, who created the X-Men? And we're looking for two people here. So feel free to chime in the chat as we go along tonight. Thank you so much for all the likes, and for those of you who are watching. Gentlemen, do you have an answer? Or do you need more time?
Hold on.
Okay, give you a few extra seconds. Greg seems to be ready with his response. We'll give Travis another moment. We're going to give Travis another moment here. Caroline, you're very close. You're very close. We're looking for two names, though, not just one. We're looking for two names, two people. Who created the X-Men? Two people.
One of them I'm hoping is a safe haven. The other one is a guess, and I have 100% it's wrong. But he's the only name that ever comes to mind. All right.
Okay. Ready to go? And competitors, please show your answers to the camera. I see Stan Lee and the other guy. I see Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. You guys both got the first name right. The second name. So I will give you both, since it was a two-part, two-name question, I'll give you both a point for the Stan Lee part of it. The other half we were looking for, the creators were Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby! Dang it!
Jack.
No clue who that is.
Here's the thing. I knew I was wrong because Steve Ditko, he's the only one that was coming to mind, but I knew he was strictly Spider-Man, specifically Spider-Man, I think late 60s, because they loved how he drew hands. That was his signature. But I knew he wasn't X-Men because that was a little bit later. Dang it.
Dude, drawing hands is hard.
Yeah,
drawing hands is actually very hard.
Dude,
I mean, you had the first name right, so you're on the right track. Anywho, so
that's a given.
Since it was a two-part answer to the question, I gave both competitors a point, so they are tied at 1 as we go into question number 2. Your question goes like this. In the first episode, the very first episode of X-Men, the animated series, what do the X-Men save Jubilee from at the mall?
It's been years since I've seen it.
So the question for the people watching at home: in the first episode of X-Men the Animated Series, what do the X-Men save Jubilee from when she is at the mall?
Like, are you talking about where she was specifically?
No. What do they save her from? There's an enemy that's trying to come after her, but what do the X-Men save her from? What is the name of the enemy that's coming after her?
I can't.
At the mall. So it was in the first episode of the original animated series from the 1990s, to be a little bit more specific.
What are they called?
Christian said it in the comments, but
what are they called?
Christian had it right.
Hold on.
I know what they're called, but I'm pretty sure I spelled it wrong.
Well, we're not really big on spelling, so as long as you're in the ballpark, you should be fine.
Dang it.
I'll give Travis another moment.
I think I know. I think this is it.
To complete his answer.
Oh my God!
Guess.
What are they called? The.
Let's give him a moment. Give him a moment.
Hold on. It's on the tip of my brow.
The 3. Oh yes, I'll take 2.
Are you asking for a clue? Because I'm not going to give it to you.
1.
You have an answer, Travis?
I can't remember what they're called, but I wrote down and I can try to explain.
Okay, if both competitors are ready, please show your answers to the camera and the people watching at home.
They're called answers. Sentinels, right?
That's what they're called, the Sentinels. Dang it!
But what is? Hold on a second. What do you have, Travis?
I wrote the robots. It's not close enough.
Greg, you have their name. Greg is correct. It was the Sentinels.
Dang it!
Greg gains
that was the
point.
First thing I watched that was the first thing I watched when I got Disney Plus.
There you go. They're called Sentinels, by the way.
That's why I remember.
I immediately thought of them, and I knew what they look like, but I'm like, what are they called?
And the funny thing is, the name of those first 2 episodes is part 1 and 2. It is called Night of the Sentinels on the X-Men animated series. So there you go. That is the answer to the second question. We're moving on to question number 3.
Right.
Once again,
before we move on, can I just say I specifically remember Jubilee like falling from the Sentinel and like Gambit just catching her and just being like, "Hello there." I was just like, "Ah!"
Where are you going?
That's my favorite. That's my favorite guy. I love him.
Yeah. So the next question is going to be an interesting one, and the next question for our competitors, for those of you who are playing along with us at home, what was the average running time of each episode of X-Men the Animated Series without commercials? So without commercials.
I know how this works, so I got this. I'm a production guy.
Without commercials, how long? What is the running time of each episode of X-Men the Animated Series without commercials? So we are looking for a specific number, but if you're in the ballpark, depending on who answers it the closest, they will get the point.
I'm ready.
Okay, well, Travis has his answer prepared. Greg, do you have an answer for us?
Yes.
And please show your answers to the camera. What do we have?
23 minutes.
Greg says 23. What did you say, Travis?
20 minutes, but I think it might be like 22 or something.
You were so close, Greg. It is 22, so Greg was closest. He is going to get the point. The correct answer was 22 minutes per episode. 22 minutes per episode.
Oh, but that's got to mean
technicalities.
That's got to mean something that when I held that up and I said, "But I'm pretty sure it's 22 minutes." That means I did know it.
It wasn't what was written on the answer sheet. But anyway, moving on to your next question. Thank you for those of you who are playing along at home. We really appreciate it, and for all those of you who are watching. Next question. In the second season of X-Men, the animated series from the 1990s,
there goes all my knowledge.
Hold on a second. Which 2 members attempt to get married in season 2 of X-Men, the animated series from the 1990s? Which 2 members of the team attempt to get married in season 2 of X-Men, the animated series? Since season 2. 2 people, they try to get married. Looking for 2 names. 2 names.
Okay.
2 names on the board.
Do you guys have an answer?
Yeah.
Okay, show your answers to the camera. What do we have here?
Scott and Jean.
So you have Scott and Jean. What is yours?
Cyclops and Jean. Scott and Jean.
You are both correct. It was Cyclops and Jean Grey. You both get the point.
Those crazy rascal kids can't keep their mutant hands off each other.
But she didn't want to get married because Wolverine was still out there.
Exactly.
Hold on a minute.
He's like, "Can I be best man, bub?"
I need to have a few
and
notes
Scott's
here.
like, no.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Next question.
Maybe he wanted to be a maid of honor for Jean.
All right,
hey Logan, stay away from my girl.
Next question. You're gonna have to dig a little deeper on this question. It gets a little bit tough here, but here we go. Prior to the events of X-Men, the animated series from the 1990s, what was the name of the previous 1989 animated series?
What?
Prior to X-Men, the animated series from 1992, what was the name of the previous 1989 animated series? That didn't last very long, but it was on for a period of time. So it was specifically the 1989 series had a title to it. We are looking for the title of said animated series.
Nah.
1989.
I feel like
Ryan,
I know
is this
this.
a trick question?
I don't know.
Is it a trick question, Ryan?
Is it? I don't know. The notes don't say that in front of me, but I could be wrong.
I have 2 guesses.
Well, put something down.
I have 2 guesses.
For those of you watching at home, do you know the answer to this? Prior to the X-Men animated series of the 1990s, what was the name of the previous 1989 series? We're looking for a very specific answer. Or if you get somewhere in the ballpark, we'll see. It depends on the answers from the competitors.
Okay.
I'll give you a moment to put down your answer on your sheet of paper. Let me know when you're ready. Greg is ready. Travis, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hold on.
Give Travis a minute.
He always needs a minute, doesn't he?
I know. He takes the longest out of everybody.
Maybe he needs 22 minutes.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Greg.
It's like surprisingly I know this information, but like I don't know the the name. I but I know it's in my head.
Right.
You know what? This is wrong, but it's not coming to me.
When you're ready, let me know. And answers to the camera. What do we have?
Mine's not right.
X-Men.
Greg says X-Men. You say the mutants.
I know mine's not right. I
Is
know
it the New Mutants?
No,
right.
I was thinking that too.
I was thinking that.
It did involve the words X-Men we were looking for more specifically. It was called X-Men Pride of the X-Men.
Really?
Yes.
X-Men Pride of the X-Men.
Named after Kitty Pryde. So,
wait, see, I would have never guessed it.
Really?
Yeah, it's called X-Men Pride of the X-Men. So unfortunately, neither competitor got that right. We were looking for Pride of the X-Men or something of the X-Men.
I was going to make some weird statement, like as if like when X-Men first started, they weren't called the X-Men; they were called like the Freak Shows or something. Like I was going that weird.
Well, they were definitely called Freaks.
It's okay. It's okay.
At some point.
We'll move on to the next question. Okay, moving on to your next question. For those of you watching at home, thank you so much. Feel free to like and share this video. Who plays the character of Sabretooth in X-Men 2000?
Yes. Now I know more of my speed.
Who plays the character of Sabretooth in X-Men from the year 2000?
It looks like Greg always needs a minute, huh? When it's movies, baby, I kind of know. But when it's old stuff, I got to go.
Josh has something to say. You can beat him, Greg.
Fine. Can I point
you, Josh?
It's only been 13 minutes into the stream, and Josh is the second person I have had send a message to us saying, rooting for Greg. No one is rooting for me, and that hurts. I have no friends. This hurts.
Okay, so who plays the character of Sabretooth in X-Men 2000? The very first X-Men movie from 2000, first one. Which actually just celebrated its 20th anniversary not too long ago. Happy 20th, X-Men.
Yes. Oh, and we did a live watch stream on that.
Which you can find on our YouTube channel once you're done watching this stream.
Plugs.
Plugs, man. Plugs. Greg, do you have an answer?
Yeah.
I have a comment I'm going to bring up in a moment here, but I want to hear Greg's answer first to the question. Greg, whenever you're ready, show your answers to the camera. What do we have? I
don't know, but he looks like a crazy person.
Greg says, I don't know. Oh, man, Travis, you were so close. You were so close. It was not Taylor Maine. It was actually Tyler Maine.
It's still right. You know who I'm talking about.
No, it says Taylor. I can't give it to you.
Wait, hold on. What happened to the question? Like, what happened to 3 questions ago when the spelling was wrong, but Greg got it right? What happened to that rule? What happened to that rule?
It says Taylor, not Tyler.
Just because I misspelled a name, now I don't get it, even though
those are 2 different names, baby.
We're looking for. It was Tyler Maine. You were on the right track, but it was Tyler, not Taylor. By the way, Natalia is here, and Natalia has something to say. Greg, whoop his butt. Well, maybe that won't happen. Maybe. By the way, John had it. It's Tyler Maine.
See?
It's Tyler Maine, dude.
You need to specify your rules because you literally said, like, you literally treated Greg like he misspelled it, but gave it to him because you knew what he was talking about. And mine, all I did was misspell. Misspelling caused it to be a different name, but I was a misspell. How dare?
That's like a name, though. Like, that's a name.
All right. You can bring your what is it? Your challenges to the other judges, like Caroline watching at home. Caroline, by the way, thanks for chiming in the chat.
Caroline, thank you for letting us run rampant with this.
Tyler Maine was the answer. Anyway, next question. This might be a little bit easier for Greg and Travis here. This might be a bit easier, and I'm hoping that it is. Where is Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters located? We're looking for the city and state. Where is Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters specifically located? City and state.
I don't know the city.
If you get 1 or 2 parts of it correct, we will give you, like, one of the 2 points. Because it's a 2-part answer. It's a city and state.
Taking a guess, and I hope I'm right.
City and state.
I'm hoping I at least get the state right.
Mm-hmm. Like I said,
you're going to get the state right.
It's a 2-part. It's a 2-part.
Watch the state's what I get wrong. I'm like, oh, they're in Texas.
Do you guys have your answers
Alabama.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, show your answers to the camera. What do we have?
It said Albany, New York.
Okay, you said Albany, New York. You say Washington D.C. Greg gets 1 of the 2 points because it is in New York, but specifically we were looking for Westchester.
Why did I think they were in D.C.?
Westchester?
They were in
Why
Westchester.
did you think? You thought it was in Washington, D.C.?
I don't know why I thought it was in D.C.
The correct answer is Westchester, New York.
They fought on the Statue of Liberty.
That's right. Oh my God.
In the first movie, they fought on Liberty Island.
On the Statue of Liberty in the first film. That's so stupid of me. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Well, hey, Greg got the 1 of the 2 points because he said New York. So
it's like everybody knows that.
Wait, what's on your shirt?
It's on my shirt, dude.
Oh, it says New York on it. The answer was right in front of Travis's.
Dude, that's such a good one.
Am I allowed to say this? The answer was on Travis's person. There you go.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna lose so bad.
Hey, Josh, did you just see what his shirt said, Josh? I hope you saw that. Did Josh see that?
Oh my God!
That was so pathetic of me. Oh, that was so pathetic.
That was great.
Are you ready to move on to your next question?
Yeah, go. Jesus.
All right. The correct answer for those of you who are besides the laughter, the right answer was Westchester, New York, in case anyone was wondering. So your next question goes a little something like this.
I'm crying.
I know, John. I know. The next question. Wait a minute. What is this?
Put the comments on. Imagine the answer being right under your nose. Boom.
And Josh says, "There's the Travis laugh we all know."
God. Oh, I deserve to lose now.
Yeah.
It's right here, man.
By the way, this goes to both competitors. Take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay.
That was good.
That was good.
That was great.
We're going to move on to the next question. For those of you who are watching at home and here in the competitors' room, what is the name of the island that is said to be a safe haven for mutants?
I like Ryan's face after you said it. He went,
What is the name of the island that is said to be a safe home, a safe place for mutants? And by the way, this island was named on the animated series.
Oh, I have no clue then.
What is the name of the island that is said to be a safe haven for mutants? We're looking for a one-word answer. I'll give the competitors a moment. What is the name of the island that is said to be a home for mutants?
I don't know how to spell the word that I want to use.
Pick any letter of the alphabet.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the competitors a moment to write down their answers. Anybody in the chat, do you know the answer to this? What is the name of the island that is said to be a safe haven for mutants?
I will say that my only clue is I think it was mentioned in one of my favorite films, and I can't remember what they said.
Right. Fair enough. Anybody in the comments know? Curious. What is the name of the island? It's said to be a safe haven.
And you said it was one word.
Yeah, one word answer. It's a very simple. It's a one word answer. Begins with a certain letter of the alphabet.
I'm not going to hold down.
Does it start with a vowel?
I can't say. Did you say a vowel?
Yeah.
What words start with a vowel?
I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter. Just write down an answer.
Come on, man. You saw me horribly answer where the thing was located. Like, come on, I need every entry. I need every help.
I can't give you a...
Does it start with a vowel?
Does it start with a vowel? What is this?
An A-E-I-O-U.
Is it Wheel of Fortune, Greg? I don't think so.
Give me an A, a Q, another Q, and the Batman symbol.
I will give you
5
seconds to answer. 5, 4, 3...
It's not one word. I don't know.
Okay, reveal your answers to the camera, Greg.
I'm not going to hold my
El Dorado.
He said El Dorado. What did you say, Greg?
I said sanctuary. I didn't spell it right. But
I'm sorry, you are both incorrect. The correct answer was Genosha. Genosha was the island that is a safe haven for mutants.
Okay, I was way off. Okay, so my whole thought process was I was going off of the scene from Logan, like where X-23 is trying to go. Eden. Thank you.
You were thinking of Eden, man.
No,
we were looking for Genosha.
Genosha.
Which begins with the letter G, in case you guys need it for the next quiz.
That is not a vowel.
Why you asked me? Is it an A, an E, an I, an O, or a U? And I'm like,
A-E-I-O-U's?
No, it's not. Oh, by the way, Josh says this. Greg, you have no excuses not to beat him now.
Well, Josh, I think you're going to... Well, let's just get to the end.
Okay, all right. So next question. And for those of you watching at home, this is the next question. What year saw the release of an installment within the X-Men, Mission Impossible, and the James Bond 007 franchise? So we're looking for a release date, but we're looking for a year.
Wait, rephrase?
What?
Okay, what year saw the release of an installment in both the X-Men, Mission Impossible, and James Bond franchise?
So a year that had a movie from all three of those franchises in the same year released?
Yes. We are looking for a year.
So X-Men, Mission Impossible, and
James Bond. A James Bond movie. And by the way, Josh, you're correct in the chat.
Damn it, Josh.
Josh got it, though. Very good, Josh. Ooh, Josh, you even named the movies that specifically came out during that period of time. Okay.
Well, to be fair, Josh is probably searching them right now. Google.
No.
I got to be honest with you. I'm looking at the chat here, and he typed that pretty doggone fast.
He can type quick. What can I say? I don't know. I have a ballpark.
You know what?
Greg, do you have an answer to the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold up your answers to the camera. Let's see what you have. Greg
2003.
Travis is correct. It was 2006. 2006.
Yes, baby!
And the correct answers for 2006 were Mission Impossible 3, Casino Royale, and X3: The Last Stand.
The lastest of the standards.
Why did I think that came out in 2003?
What, The Last Stand?
Yeah.
Because it was the third installment, so you were focused on the number 3.
You know what? You're right.
I'm in here, bro. I'm in here. But you know what?
I mean,
Greg, you're in here.
Dude.
So let's see. Just to give you guys excuse me. Need to put that down. There we go. Greg, let me write that down. Okay, so for those of you who are trying to keep track at home, the current score is Travis with 3 points. Greg has 5. So it's a very close game.
Oh, ouch.
All right. Okay.
I'm not doing as bad.
Travis has 3. Greg has 5 as we move on to your next question. By the way, what was the comment I just saw pop up a moment ago? Oh, Josh says memory, Travis. Memory. That's how he was able to remember it.
If people know me, and I think out of all people, Natia will agree, I forget things within 5 seconds. I am a nightmare to work with.
Yes.
I'm sure Josh knows.
Oh, God.
Josh knows too.
Josh knows all too well.
So your next question, we're getting close to the end here, folks. Remember, the score is Travis with 3, Greg with 5. The question is thus: who says the line, "Do I owe you money"?
Oh.
Who says the line in an X-Men film, "Do I owe you money"? So looking for a character. Or if you say the actual person's name and not their alter ego, that's fine too. Either name.
Okay.
So it can be their real name or their superhero name.
When it comes to movie quotes, I feel it.
We're good.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold your answers up to the camera.
Logan.
Greg, what did you say? Greg says Logan, and what does Travis say? Does that say Gambit, X-Men Origins Wolverine? Travis got it right.
Yeah, because he's sitting there, he's shuffling the deck, and he's just like, "Are you Remy LeBeau?" And he catches him, and then he looks at him under the brim of his head and goes, "Do I owe you money?"
Yep.
And he goes, "Not that
Who
I
remembers
recall."
anything from
and
that
he goes,
movie?
And he goes, "Then Remy LeBeau, I am."
Have a seat.
Who remembers anything from that movie?
He goes, "Them some nice dog tags you have."
I remember those are some mighty fine dog tags you have there, sir. Yeah.
By the way, that took me away wore ones just like them.
Yep. The correct answer was Gambit from X-Men Origins Wolverine, which, by the way, I'm in the minority. I actually do like that movie.
I thought it was okay. No, it was one of my, and also the game they had come out for it for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Very well done game. It was one of my favorites as a kid.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
There's a lot of potential that came out with that film. The only thing they really got wrong was Deadpool, and Ryan Reynolds has definitely stated that.
Yeah.
But we got to see Scott Adkins, one of my favorite action stars. He actually doubled for Ryan Reynolds for those fight scenes as Deadpool.
Oh,
so
nice.
Awesome stuff there.
That's really cool.
If you haven't seen any movies with Scott Adkins, please go watch it. The dude kills. He is just a machine and quite a good actor, I might add.
I clearly had no chance in this answer because pulling out all that information.
I'm gonna have to look up the gaming footage from the X-Men Origins Wolverine video game. I gotta look that up on YouTube. But by the way, your next question, we're getting close to the end here. This is your next to last. So this is your penultimate question, and your question is thus: what year does the character of Wolverine travel back to during the events of X-Men: Days of Future Past?
God.
Specific year.
So what year does Wolverine travel back to in X-Men Days of Future Past? We're looking for a specific year. Or if you get within the ballpark, we can give you a point.
It's going to be ballpark.
Whoever's closest or whoever gets it correctly will get the point. So it's one or the other.
I literally am thinking of another year right next to it, and I'm feeling that decision's going to mess with me.
If you guys are ready, please present your answers to the camera. What do we have?
1980.
So Greg says, what'd you say? 1980. Travis, you were the closest. 1970. You were going to get the point. The correct answer was 1973.
73. Okay, thank God. I was about to go 1969 for some reason, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it here."
No, it was 1973, so you were closest. So Travis gets the point. The score is now tied.
Greg, you have to remember the first scene when he goes back, he accidentally pokes a waterbed with his claws. They weren't doing maybe they were doing waterbeds.
80s.
Yeah. They were strong back then, but they were introduced. They were introduced in the 70s.
Yep, the correct answer was 1973 when Logan travels back to save the X-Men and stop the Sentinels from being created by Bolivar Trask. Anyway, this is your last question. I also didn't like that movie. So this is your last question. The score is tied at 5 points apiece.
Ooh.
I guess it's
how do we risk it?
I don't think. Do you guys even want to risk it at this point?
Yeah,
there's no point. 100, but there's no point. It's whoever gets it wins.
Exactly.
If it's the uneven thing, then that's when we kind of go and double for it.
So
let me gamble.
Okay. Well,
All right, Gambit.
The score is tied at 5, so whoever gets this next question right will win the game unless there's a bit of a discrepancy, and then we'll go into another question, and whoever answers that correctly will win. So let's go with that.
Fine.
Okay, so a little bit of cheering from the cheering section on Facebook. Natalia?
Why is everyone rooting against me? What have I done?
Greg, no pressure, but here we go. Your last and final question.
I really can't let her down.
Your last question in this game on X-Men Universe Trivia for tonight's Battle of the Nerds between Travis and Greg. Scores tied at 5 apiece. Whoever answers it correctly will win. What was the name of the animated series that debuted on the Kids WB network in the year 2000?
What?
Excuse me, sir?
What was the name of the animated series that debuted on Kids WB in the year 2000?
I'm just trying to take that question and keep it with X-Men theme, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, right.
It is a series that was centered around those characters. Yes, it is an X-Men show.
Dude, I was watching Power Rangers. I don't know.
In the year 2000?
Yeah, dude. I was watching Power Rangers until I was like 11.
What was the name of the animated series that debuted on Kids WB in the year 2000? We're looking for a name. If you say what part of it, whoever says part of it or the full name will get the point, or we can move on to another question if neither one of you get it right. So it's up to you. What was the name of the animated series, not live action, but the animated series that debuted on the Kids WB in the year 2000?
I don't know.
Kids WB.
Greg, if you get this out of a stroke of luck, you deserve the win because I don't even have a minute guess.
By the way, Matthew, you're close. If you remove one letter from that, you're pretty much right on the money.
He's talking about the X part.
Well, he actually has the correct answer, the full name of the series, but let's see what we have here. Caroline,
mine's wrong. I know mine's wrong.
By the way, Caroline, nice try.
I don't know, man.
Greg, you need to write something on your sheet of paper.
I wrote something.
Did you write something down?
I wrote something.
Okay, whenever you guys are ready, show it to the camera. Show it to the camera. I want to see it. Greg says X-Men. You said... Does that say
X-Force? Isn't that a little derivative?
Okay,
exactly.
Okay, neither competitor got it right. We're going to move on to a bonus question.
What was the answer?
What was the answer?
Hold on a second. The correct answer was X-Men Evolution.
X-Men Evolution?
Wait, what?
Yes, X-Men Evolution.
But I had X-Men, though.
Give us a synopsis.
Okay, it was basically the X-Men, but much younger as teens, going to Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters and going to high school, like a real high school at the same time.
They did that?
Yeah.
What?
Cyclops, Jean, Nightcrawler, Spike, Shadowcat, Wolverine, Storm.
That was my favorite one.
And Professor Charles Xavier were all main characters within the series, but it was called X-Men
Xavier have
Evolution.
hair? Did Xavier have hair?
No, he was a cue ball.
Of course. Even as a baby, he was as shiny as a button.
Because in this show, he and Wolverine and Storm were the oldest people on the show.
Yeah. Spike was my favorite.
By the way, Spike was a character on the show.
Spike was absolutely my favorite. I was getting that confused with the 90s one. I just thought they kept the name. And just made the animation better.
Oh, okay. By the way, Matthew, that's fair. I've heard good things about that animated series, but I've yet to see it, so I can't comment.
What? I'm not seeing the comment,
It's beautiful.
Ryan.
It's beautiful.
You. Wolverine and the X-Men is probably my favorite X-Men show. Now I know where Matthew Kearns stands. Thank you. Animated. She would go that route. It's like, well, it's X-Men and it's an animated show, so...
I mean...
Nice Kearns was close. He said X-Men Evolutions. It was just X-Men Evolution. If you'd taken out the S, you would have been 100% on the money.
But X-Force, though.
Oh, by the way, Rogue was a goth kid on the show.
Dude, I can see that.
Rogue was. Okay,
that took me down a dark road.
Okay, so neither competitor got the question right. We're going to move into a bonus question to decide who's going to win this matchup here.
Okay.
Greg, what if this goes on for like 3 hours and we just can't get...
No.
I would absolutely love it.
No.
Okay.
Oh, boy. All right, so your bonus question
Okay.
is thus. Who plays the character of Gambit in X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Dude, I don't know his name. No one knows his name.
It's the guy.
He's like, oh, look, you're the guy.
Any ideas?
The guy from The Thing. Like,
I've seen him in so many films. You have no idea, Ryan, and I've never learned his name. He is that actor where you just know his face.
Write down an answer, and if you don't get it, we'll move on to another bonus question.
Like Taylor Maine, you know?
You might as well just move on to the next one. Like,
maybe you just got to do. Hold on, Greg. You just got to think White Surfer, bro. It's probably a name like that.
I think Greg may be on, or Travis may be on to something there with the clue. Anyone know? By the way, does anyone know in the comics who plays the character of Gambit in X-Men Origins Wolverine? Yeah, I know it's hard for you to spell, but is it that hard to spell, Kearns? Yeah, it kind of is. I guess. All right, so once you have your answers, hold them up to the camera. I'll give you a minute before Travis is almost ready.
I'm just, you know what? This is, I'm just doing this for comedy now because I don't know.
Go ahead. What's the answer? Right? Put it on the screen. What does it say?
Topher Grace.
No. You're both incorrect. The correct answer was Taylor Kitsch. Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch. See, I knew it was going to be
very familiar.
Taylor. Hey, Taylor. You want to play Gambit, Taylor?
All right.
Taylor Kitsch.
That
sounds very familiar.
Someone's got one or both of you is probably going to get this. All right. The question is the following.
Ryan, this is hard.
Question is the following. Who portrayed the Power Rangers-looking villain known as Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse?
Say it one more time. Hold on.
Who portrayed Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse?
Oh, he's got a name, and it's
Who portrayed Apocalypse in the live-action film X-Men Apocalypse?
And the thing is, I know his name. I know his name.
I didn't even see that movie.
Dude, why didn't you? I saw it in the theater.
It was trash.
It wasn't that bad. I don't know. People rag on it for a lot of reasons. I get it, but it's like
I liked that film, and his performance was like, and from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better one. I'm like, come on, that's good.
I mean,
dude, when he activates his powers and like he pushes the guys into the wall, and they're just like, oh, I'm like, dude, okay, this kind of film, all right, I'm in.
Oh boy. By the way, what was the okay, 2 of you have gotten it right in the chat, which goes for Matthew and Josh. They got it.
What's his name? What's his name? Who
portrays the character of Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse?
I didn't see that movie, man.
Dude, I saw that in the theater.
I hate this. I know his name. Yeah, but I don't even think you know, so I think I'm safe.
Are you? Are you?
You don't know, dude.
Okay, you guys ready to reveal your answers to the camera?
I am. Stop giving him time, Ryan.
Well, okay, 5, 4. Okay, show your answers to the camera.
Guzman.
Wait, Jennifer. What? No, you're both wrong. It was Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac! Dang it!
It's Oscar Isaac, man.
That's who it is.
Look at Kearns. Kearns got it. Oh, by the way, Josh got it.
Man.
It's like I know his name, but when it really matters for me to be able to recollect what it is, it's in there, but it just doesn't want to come out to say hi.
Oscar Isaac is not to be in the Power Rangers 2017 sequel.
Debatable. I want to see it again.
Do you? No, I'm kidding. Oh, by the way, your cheering section's a little discouraged.
You see, Greg, you've lost her now.
I'm sorry.
Are you reading this?
Either one of us.
I'm out.
She was adamantly in here.
I'm out.
Dude, she was adamantly in here to throw me under the bus, but now he's like, you know what? If Greg gets run over, I'm fine with it. She has no sympathy for you now.
No, dude,
Oscar Isaac. I hate myself.
It's not something that.
Okay,
I haven't
all right.
seen that movie.
Gee whiz. Wow.
I haven't seen anything past First Class.
I'm telling you, 3 hours.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Bonus question. Who says the following line, I saved your life?
Oh, that's so vague. Can you say it like they said it in the
No.
Okay, all right. I'll repeat the question.
Quiet.
Who says the line, "I saved your life"?
Okay, that helps a little bit. Hold on.
I saved your life.
Let's do it. Let's go.
It's called all right, which character? I'm looking for a character.
Let's go.
Which character says the line, "I saved your life" in a live action X-Men movie? Who says the line, "I saved your life"?
Let's go.
In a live action X-Men film.
Let's go.
By the way, Kearns has it in the chat, but we'll get to it in a moment, please.
Me and you both, Kearns.
Kearns has got it.
Me and you both.
Who says in a live action X-Men film, "I saved your life"?
I think it's time for a countdown. I think it's time for a countdown.
4.
Is that 5?
3.
That's 4.
2. 1. Pens down. Boards up. What do we have?
Rogue, my goth
Wow,
queen.
you're both correct.
Yeah, baby! You ain't getting away from me that.
I hate you so much.
Oh boy, you're both correct. We're moving on to the next question.
And the way, see, I'm glad Ryan was able to do it in like the tone, because once he's like, "I saved your life," I was like, oh, that's bitchy teen girl right there. Like that's her.
I saved your life. No, you didn't. Anyway.
I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't do that, because
all right,
that would have given it away.
Next question. How many seasons was X-Men the Animated Series on television for? How many seasons was X-Men the 90s Animated Series on for? How many seasons? We're looking for a very specific number. How many seasons?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
How many seasons did X-Men the 90s Animated Series last? How many seasons was it on the air for?
Okay.
We're looking for a number. A very specific number.
Okay.
Number of seasons for the animated series, and this is the 90s one, not the 2000s one.
Okay.
Kearns has it in the chat. Thank you.
I'm not confident in my answer, but
Looking for a number.
Maybe.
How many seasons did the 90s animated series of X-Men
Wait,
go on for?
So, that one, and
Suspense.
I feel like I need to change my answer real quick, and I'm gonna hate if this ruins it.
We're looking for a number.
Math. Let me do some math. Hold on. Wait a
Don't
minute.
do math. Don't do math. Math ruins everything.
It's a number.
I know, but I'm just thinking about history, and
right.
If you carry the 4.
I think we need a countdown again.
5, 4.
Oh my.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Reveal your answers to the camera. Greg,
2.
I can't see it. You said 2. Travis says, what is that, 7?
7. I wrote 6.
And your winner with the closest answer of 7, Travis Troller is the winner. The correct answer
Why do I never win these
5.
things?
5. Oh, okay.
The correct answer was 5.
I'm gonna be honest. My thought process with that is I was going off of how many seasons I know the Spider-Man, the Spider-Man animated series was, because I know that they started around the same time and they kept working together. So I'm like, it's got to be in that ballpark.
Kearns, you had it right for the first time. It was 5 seasons. Thank you. And he was also right about Rogue and X-Men from the previous question. And he also says it takes place right after the bar fight scene.
Yes, it does.
I saved your life.
I saved your life. No, you didn't. Kearns says the series ended in the year of 97, which he was born. Oh, you're so young, Kearns.
Oh, good
so
things
young.
must come to an end.
So your winner of this matchup tonight, because of that closeness with that question, is Travis. Travis, you're the winner of tonight's matchup. How do you feel about your performance tonight?
Well, Ryan, given that I'm the victor, you would think that I feel some sort of warmth and self-preservation. But given how the comments have been going, I still feel very much alone. Yeah. So was it worth it? If that means everyone still spites me, then hell yes. I am meant for you to hate.
Well, congratulations on your victory, Greg. You are second place finisher. You put up a really good fight throughout the match tonight. How did you feel about your performance in this matchup?
Subpar.
How are you feeling today?
I'm done competing in live Battle of the Nerds because I haven't won a single one. I have not won a single Battle of the Nerds, dude.
Is that true? Do we have that in the stats?
Yes, I have never won. I have never won a Battle of the Nerds because I lost against you.
Can Caroline put that in the stats
twice?
Caroline, can you put that in the comments? Can you put that in the comments, please?
And the thing is, though, is that it kept going.
Oh, so close.
Boo! Travis won. Boo! Boo! Boo!
I let everyone down.
Shower me with your hate. I still sit on the throne of lies.
So you and Greg have never won a single match, Caroline. There you go.
No, that's a lie. She beat me when we first started Battle of the Nerds because I risked it all and she beat me. So, Caroline, please.
By the way, Greg, here's some encouragement for you.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Galaxy Quest.
Dude.
Oh yeah, Caroline correcting herself. Oh wait, Greg won the video game music. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so one.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay, I got one.
There you go.
I'm still surprised though because this was going a really good direction. You were wiping the floor with me. I'm surprised that I was able to come back.
I
didn't think we would tie, dude.
Dude, I honestly didn't think that we would tie too.
First off, comment, Josh, we'll see. But if you really want to see and judge for yourself, guys, make sure to check out our previous Battle of the Nerds where we faced Josh and everything over on Class Light Media. So you can be the judge for yourself. But I think we know who won.
Greg had us in the first.
Yeah, I had it in the first half.
We need to treat this like it's sports and like we're like athletes right after the games. So how are you feeling? And Greg's just sitting there like, I went out there, I tried my best.
I really had it in the first half. Started real strong, and then
my stamina was great. I'd like to thank my family. I like to thank God. I just want to put my best foot forward and just keep going in the future. Good teamwork.
So, great teamwork there.
Well, I'll say this: congratulations to both our competitors tonight. You guys did a great job. You kept us on the edge of our seats. You kept the comments section on the edge of their seats, and we do appreciate. For those of you who were in the chat, were in the comments, sharing this video, liking this video, we do appreciate you guys. That is going to wrap things up for this Battle of the Nerds. But before we completely wrap up, I'm going to go to our both competitors to do something known as plugs. So, Travis, where can the people of the interwebs find you and all the projects you're working on, good sir?
Well, where can they find me? I'm always hidden in the shadows. Because I'm the Dark Knight. But I'm also Travis Trolling. You can find me anywhere, really, if you really look hard enough. But more specifically, if we want to do self-plugs, you can find me over on Nerd Culture. That's at It's Nerd Culture, specifically on Nerdy Gamers. We're going to be having videos specifically coming your way of the new Avengers game. I'm going to be playing that. So look forward to that and keep your eyes open. Should be fun. Should be a lot of wonderful moments. And then also you can find me over on Lasting Light Media, where we do a mixture of sorts of things. And also we got some movie content that we're making coming towards your way. Ryan knows all about that. So there's really stuff to be paying attention to over there. So why don't you give it a gander? Where the scar is from.
Okay, I was about to say, like, dude, did you put your scar on for this?
I'm just glad that people are like, are you okay? I'm like, the fact that you think it's real means it's working.
Like, I just noticed it, and I was just like, wait, did you put your scar on for this?
I fought a bear before we got in here. I won. I won.
Oh boy. Well, we look forward to seeing what you have in store for the millions and millions of people watching this at home. Travis, Gregory Lee, where can the good people of the interwebs find you, good sir?
You can find me in my room crying.
Greg, don't sound so defeated. Come on, perk up.
Fine. You can find me in my room crying, and you can also find me at It's Nerd Culture, where we do nerdy things. I do Nerdy Gamer. I do things like this where I lose constantly, but it's fun. We all have fun here. And you can also find me on Last Light Media with Travis sometimes. So, check us out there. Just keep your ears open, because we have something that I've been working on for a while coming your way pretty soon.
Wings
nice.
all around.
Yeah.
Nice little tease there for the people watching at home. And ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RyanRPM5. Check out my podcast. It's called The Nerdcast, where I review movies past and present on Anchor, Google, Spotify. Wherever you download your podcast, you can find us there. Also, we're going to be having an interview on Saturday, September the 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with legendary voice actor Doug Stone. He voiced characters such as Matt Tracker on Mask from the 1980s, Psycho Mantis from the Metal Gear Solid video game franchise, as well as Dragonborg from Beetleborg's Metallics, and Skelecron on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. So be sure to tune into that interview. You got questions for Doug Stone. He's going to be taking them during the show. Tune in for that on our Facebook page at It's Nerd Culture. Make sure you're checking out all our great content.
Oh, the stamina! He keeps going.
It's too much, man. Check out our YouTube channel on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at It's Nerd Culture. A lot of videos are up right now. We got a lot of new ones coming your way very soon. A lot of special projects are in the mix. Check out our Redbubble. We got a lot of merchandise. We got cool
merch, baby. Yes,
I want to thank you for bringing that up.
Guys, we got a whole, hold on, guys. I need to emphasize this. We got a whole new refreshed merchandise page, all right? And that you can find that anywhere on all forms of our social media. So if you really want to help us out, please go check it out. We got cool stuff that's in there and more coming on the way. If you want like a hoodie or something like that, go find it. If it's not there, ask us. We'll put one up. Come on, sport the team, guys.
I just made something really cool for Ryan. I'm very proud of.
Yes,
there you go.
I took the liberty of looking at those logos today, and they are so ridiculously good looking. And
yes,
Karen,
out
by
that
the way,
merch page.
I should mention this. There's a new video for us coming out tomorrow, also on Saturday, as well as a live interview. Caroline's got a video coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
And keep it running like the Flash, like this. CW.